Hello everyone. Hi. Sorry, this is the this is the first time I'm going live with some other software. So just let me know if you are not able to hear me or if you are not able to see me. I think you are not able to see me. So let's do this. I think you will be able to see me now. Are you able to see me now? Can I get some chats? Yes, no? I don't think we have people on YouTube. So let's see. Okay. Are you able to see me, people? Let me know if you are able to see me. I have absolutely no idea if people are able to see me. Okay. Um, all right. So, okay, I'm going to do this now. I think it's there on YouTube. I'm not sure if LinkedIn is synced in yet. Hello everyone. Hello. Yeah, I'm not getting any feedback on YouTube. Oh, sorry, LinkedIn as well. We have 46 people, but I'm not sure if they're able to hear me yet. Slightly embarrassing. Okay. What are we doing? Okay, let's stop and start again. I think I'm up now. Oh yes, finally we got there. Okay, sorry people. Yeah, hello and welcome to the first Learn and Grow gathering. I'm very excited. If you can see from my face, very anxious as well. Um, but yeah, we have close to 44 people who are listening to us. That's really good. And I don't know if we have few people on YouTube or not, but never mind. We've got quite a few people here, and I'm getting some feedback on the chat that they're able to hear me on LinkedIn Live. That's pretty amazing. I've done it. Okay, so I'm using this software for the first time, the OBS Studio, and hopefully everything is going well and the session will also go well. So let's get started, I guess. And oh, okay, I've got feedback on YouTube as well that people are able to hear me. That's amazing. Okay, so we have 47 people. Okay, can I get a I'm not sure if there are reactions or anything here, but can I get a thumbs up if people already know about Boyka? Do people know about Boyka, what Boyka is, and what it is up to? Okay, I don't see any comments yet. So okay, so before we start into anything, right? Let me get into this. So why are we doing this from Liberated Tester podcast? Is the theme for this year is going to be API and open source, and to promote tools which are open source, where people are putting their lot of efforts to actually get you some amazing tools, some amazing things, and they do it on side of the desk. They do as part of the passion, and that's one of the main reason why I want these people to be heard, and I want these tools to be available to people so that they can get started. Second point is API and open source both are like the easiest way to start testing your application. So that's why I want this year to be very focused on these 2 points, where people can just go in and then just start testing and then start building their skills. It's not just about skills, it's about your capability of making impact in the current application that you're doing. So that is something that I'm going to try and achieve in this year. And for that, we are going to start with the Boyka framework. I'm very delighted to have Wasiq with me, and I'm going to bring him on stage. So we are going to have a bit of informal chat before we actually jump into the showcase. And this is specifically called gathering because it's not a webinar. It's not how the usual webinars go. This is not just someone will come and show the tool and go off. This is not going to be like that. This one is aimed at learning about the person a bit more, and to actually see his achievement, his efforts, and the person's commitment to the tool that they're doing. And also, we will be trying to see all other things, like how the tool works. We also have one specific Git repository which we will be handing it over at the end of the gathering, and that will help you get started. So we have amazing lineup for this API testing. We also are going to do web or UI and mobile testing in the next gathering, which is going to be on the next Tuesday, same time, 7:30 p.m. So make yourself available for the next time as well. And now I'm going to bring Wasiq on the floor, and I'm going to disappear. Maybe I'm not sure how this is going to work, but let's see how it goes. Okay, I am pretty sure you will be able to see Wasiq on the screen now. Can we hear you, Wasiq? Hello, Wasiq, can you hear me? Hello, Wasiq, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me, Wasiq? Yeah, I'm not able to hear you. Yes, loud and clear. Can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. I just want people to confirm if they are hearing me twice. But I think we can get started. So once you share your screen, let me know. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's a lot of noise behind you, I think. Yeah. Okay, I can see your presentation. Can you try your presentation? Hello? Okay, but I can see you, I can hear you. Yeah, I guess so. But I don't think we can hear you now. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was good. I think we were able to see your screen. Yes. Wasiq, sorry to interrupt. I think you are not audible. Okay, hold on 1 second. Try now.
Can you hear me now? Let me try.
No, hold on. Don't change anything from your side.
This one. Microphone.
Yes, now you're audible. Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Okay, now you are able to hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I was
let's
able to hear you,
continue
but people on
about.
YouTube were not able to.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, now
Let's.
we can continue. Yeah.
Can they confirm whether I'm able? I'm audible now.
Yes, yes. I think one person
Okay,
confirmed.
okay. So now let's get back to where we were. So we are looking into what is Boyka framework. So Boyka framework is a one-stop solution to automate any type of applications like API, web, Android, and iOS applications. And it does not require you to write any boilerplate code. Normally, what happened in most of the companies, when a new project starts, the team starts writing a mini framework using Selenium, APM, and all those tools. They start writing their project specific mini frameworks, which now with this framework it is not required, because internally Boyka framework is using Selenium WebDriver APM for mobile and web automation, and for API it is using OK HTTP3. So all of these framework things are handled by the framework. There is only one single configuration file which is required for automating all these applications. There is no need to create environment specific cluster of config files. Normally most of the companies, they have a cluster of different config file, which makes it very difficult to maintain for the framework. So that's the main purpose of what that's the main definition of what of framework. Now let's understand why I created this particular framework. So the main problem point was that in all of the projects whichever I have worked, normally they had their own version of framework, like mini framework. You can say there was no uniformity. Like from project to project, the framework would differ, and the coding style would differ. So it was difficult for the team member to adapt quickly to the different projects. So understanding on that pain point, I come up with a solution where it is. Uh, it focuses to write the test cases right from day one. So it is built on the previous pain point experiences where working on different projects. So it also avoids wasting time, because you don't need to create any mini frameworks. So you just immediately start writing the tests on the projects, or whichever project you are working on. And it also has its own coding standard, because has its own utility methods where you can do method chaining to write the test quickly and easily. So it also makes the test suite easy to maintain, because it is all the core functionalities, whatever the requirements you may have as a QA engineer to write the automation suite, everything is handled in the framework. So it makes the maintenance of the test suite very easy, and it is also well organized, and it is the team will find more easy to get adapt to that framework. Like the onboarding time will be much faster. Now let's understand the key features of this framework. So what are the key features? So you can automate a REST API application and verify its responses, status code, schema validation. Also, you can do. You can verify the response body, response headers. You can automate a web application. You can run those tests on more local browsers or cloud browsers, or even in Selenium grid. You can also automate mobile application like Android and iOS. You can run on local emulators or cloud devices, and you can also run in a grid setup for APM. There are more features which are there, you can also automate a multi-user, multi-platform user scenario, like a chat application where one user logs in from a mobile, another user logs in from a web application. So you can automate those scenarios very easily. You can use a single page object for web, Android, and iOS applications. If you are having a single application across the platforms, so you can have the single page objects. It supports parallel execution of tests because you can integrate this framework with any popular test frameworks like TestNG, JUnit, or Cucumber. Now let's understand the framework design.
Wasiq, before you go there, I would like to know, like
Yeah.
from your experience, right? So you have been in the industry for like 17, 18 years
Yeah.
now, and what are the you said that
Yeah.
you have to learn everything, you have to do all the things, right? So what are some of the
Mhm.
other things that people usually struggle with in these situations that actually made you, and what are we trying to simplify here before we jump into the framework? what is what is that one pain point that you would say is being simplified, um, apart from having to learn all these things, right? What are some of the other things that we will be able to see here?
So learning the new skills, it's not a problem. It
Hmm.
is a skill which you are developing. The
Yeah.
problem main point is that even you go if you go in the new project, or you are working on a new project, every project has its own type of framework.
Yeah.
They are internally using only single tool. For automating web, they are using Selenium WebDriver. For mobile, they are using APM. For a REST API, normally people are preferring REST assured.
Correct.
But if you compare the performance of REST assured and OK HTTP3, the
Hmm.
OK HTTP3 is much faster. But since that tool is little bit complicated to implement, that's why
Hmm.
people are more prefer to use REST assured. So
Okay.
now the complexity of all these tools is removed with the help of Boyka framework.
Okay.
So
And
Boyka framework, what it
mhm.
does, it has wrapped that all these tools, and
Uh-huh.
it has made easy for the user to write the test.
Okay.
So at the end, you should know the tools just to use them in your automation.
Mhm.
Just
Mhm.
the Boyka framework is just solving the complexity of those tools.
Correct.
It is
Correct.
making it easier for you to write a
Mhm.
test. We'll see
Okay.
this example when we have a demo of API automation. Once I or demonstrate, it will be easier for you to understand how faster I can automate API as compared to even REST assured.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it is much easier to much easier for anybody to understand what is written.
Uh-huh. Okay. And I would also want you to cover the the page object model in rest assured, like that we talked about before this, right? So I would also want you to cover
Yeah,
that
yeah,
so that people are also
that is
aware
a
of
new
it.
concept. Yeah,
But
that is a new
that's a very
concept
interesting
introduced by
concept,
this
right?
framework.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very unique and that's
Yes,
very
page
amazing
objects in API automation.
correct, correct. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one actually that I'm very interested to hear about. So let's dig into it more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the basic design of the framework, where it supports API automation. Currently, it is supporting REST API, but down the line in the future, we are planning to integrate SOAP API and GraphQL also. Maybe RPC or something. There are new technologies of API are coming, which we will try to integrate in the future.
Yeah.
Currently, it supports configuration file with which is in a JSON file format.
Uh-huh.
And reporting, you can use any reporting tool like LEO report, Extend report, or any other report using the Boyka listeners which are exposed in the framework. Command line tool is the new addition in this suite, where you can use the command line tool to configure the config file, which has made the setting up the framework very easy and fast. For web automation, it supports all the popular browsers like
Mm-hmm.
Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Safari. And in cloud, we are only currently supporting browser stack and Lambda test.
Okay.
Depending on the demand, we will integrate more cloud providers in the future. And it also supports is running in Selenium Grid, the latest version of the Selenium Grid, which is the distributed kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
It also supports that.
Okay. So
So
until
it's
the
also supports logging, where you,
uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just saying until the framework where it is running, it can be connected on the same
Mhm.
network as your self-hosted grid. You should be able to run
Yes.
everything there. Okay. Okay,
Yes,
that's cool. That's
yes.
cool. Yeah,
Even in your company network, also, if you set up an in-house grid or a device lab or a browser lab or something, you can
correct,
connect
correct.
to those as well. That is,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
should
right.
work.
Because we have the similar setup, so I just
Okay.
wondering whether we will be able to. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry. Please continue.
Yeah. So apart from this, I have also added logging where the log files are being generated for each execution. So that way you can dig deep and understand what happened in the total execution. So all the events are being captured, method tracing, and like each methods are being traced. There is a different files are being created, like an info file which is having only info related logs, and there are all logs which contains the debugging and tracing also. So which method was called and which sequence we can track that. API logs are also captured where we will capture the request logs and the response log, which will include all the headers, response body, request body, and all the details of that API. Video recording is currently supported only for Android and iOS applications. Web video recording, it is coming soon. We will work on that and to add that also. Coming to the mobile automation for Android and iOS both, it supports native application, hybrid and web application, and you can run on different devices on your local machine or in Selenium Grid or even in cloud providers like BrowserStack and Numbers. Here also we will introduce new cloud providers in the near future, depending on the requirement of the users. Currently, we have this test data sources are also a new addition. Recently, we have added support for Excel test data for data driven testing, and the assertions are also inbuilt, so you don't need to have any different assertion library. Also, for API, also you can do assertions on the response and the schema validation. For web and mobile, you can assert the element attributes or the driver attributes like title and URLs. All those things you can validate. Any questions to know?
No, I've asked people to drop in the questions if they have any. Once I get them, I'll let you know. But
Drop in
yeah,
the
I think we
questions
can
if they have
continue.
any.
Yes.
Once I get them, I'll let you know. But yeah, I think we can
Okay,
continue.
so let's
Yes.
jump into API automation demo. So for the demo, let's start from a scratch project. So it will be easier for everybody to see how fast we can do. Okay, now we'll use Java Maven, and let's do like a Boyka API demo. Okay. So here we'll just give anything from .github.recipe and then create.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows, we'll be
So
sharing
now
these
let's
links, so don't worry about that.
yeah,
Yeah, sorry, good.
I'll create a new repository for that. That is not a problem. We'll be automating this API, RESTful Booker. We'll automate get booking IDs, get booking and create booking. Let's see how quickly we can do that. And now let's get the Maven dependencies and then repository. This is the place. First, we'll get Boyka dependency. It is version 0.22.1. Dependencies, and another is a test engine. So to run the test, we will require test engine. Yes, the latest one. So only these two dependencies as of now. We'll do the refresh. So in the test folder, let's create a package and demo. And it is I'll open the terminal here only. Let's quickly do that. So now I have to configure the config file for Boyka. So I'll run Boyka config init. Okay. Boyka config file. Okay, we need to have the test resources folder. So first let's add that test resources folder. New directory resources. Okay. Now I'll initialize the config file. So now it will ask me different questions. What kind of platform I am automating? I am automating API. I will select API. I'll give the config key, so it is easy for me to understand. Test booking. What is the base URL of the API? So let's get the base URL. So base URL is this one. Copy, paste. What is the base path? Base path currently we will keep it empty. So it is creating the file. Now the file has been created, the config file. So you can see here the config file has been created for us. With the different configurations it is available. These are all the default values which has been added. You can remove this if you don't want. Okay. So now let's start right test. So for the request body, what we'll do, we'll compose the request like you were telling about the request page object. So let's write the test. We will be using booking request, which will be in the request folder. Request. Okay. So first we'll create a get booking public static API request. So it will return the API request, which is a class from Boyka Framework. So let's quickly go to get booking IDs. Okay, so it is a get call. We'll be using this URL to get the bookings. Get bookings. Return API request dot create request. So internally it is using a builder pattern where you can specify the method, which is get dot path, which is this one, and that's it for the get. Okay. Now for getting a particular booking for the particular ID, so just quickly copy this and paste it here. So here I'll be calling this as get booking, and I'll have an integer have a ID as a string ID, and here in the path it is having a path param of ID. So here we'll be using a placeholder ID and then dot path param, where we will mention the key ID which we have mentioned in the path, and the variable the actual ID of the parameter. So now two APIs are ready. Now let's quickly create a third API. Static API request create booking. Okay, so this will require a body request body. Let's go to that API and see the request body. So it is having these parameters. So now I'll create a 𝐾𝐞𝐲 class. Let's create a new class in a 𝐾𝐞𝐲 package dot booking. Let's move this class to some other package. Directory.
So this 𝐾𝐞𝐲 creation is something that I have to do manually, is it? Or
Yeah, currently we do it manually.
Okay. Do we have any roadmap item for
So it
this?
is. I'll work on this. Try to simplify this by allowing the users to create a JSON file for each request. We'll come to that simplification in the coming
Correct. No,
future.
because we have
So
other
this
people who can
will
also.
use.
We have people who in the gathering, right, who can also help us get this
gathering,
started
right? Who
and
can also help
start
us
contributing to
get
the open
this
source. So
started and
that's why I just wanted to
start
ask that.
contributing to the open
Yeah,
source. So that's why I just wanted to ask that.
yeah. So they are most welcome actually. If they have any solution in mind, they can join our Discord server and they can connect with us and we can help them get on board. So there is
Sure.
one more dependency I'll need to add, which is Lombok. So Lombok has simplified the Pojo creation to an extent. Let's quickly copy this, paste it right. Refresh. Now let's go to this add direct builder. Lombok. So now we just need to create the fields according to that request body. I'll just copy this fields first name, string, last name, price, int, price, deposit rate, private boolean, code, additional notes, private string, additional notes, private booking dates, equals to booking dates. Let's quickly create this class, booking dates. Okay. So this will have all arcs constructed where we will be passing the check-in date and check-out date. Private string check-in date, private string check-out date. Okay. So this is the Pojo. Now we'll use that Pojo where booking equals to booking dot builder dot build. In between we'll put the data like first name, it is last dot last name is dot additional needs lunch dot deposit paid through total deposit total price, let's say like 1000, and then booking dates. So here we'll do the new booking dates like 2024 hyphen 02 hyphen 22 comma 202 2024 hyphen 02 hyphen 28. So that's the request body. Now you need to return. We'll pass that in the parameter, but we'll have this as a parameter. We'll write it in the test. We'll take it booking. So we'll just keep it in our clipboard. Here, what we'll do, we'll return API request that create request method is post dot path. It is slash booking slash booking dot body object. It is booking body dot create. Anything else we need to pass? No. everything is cool. So these three APIs are ready. We just need to write the test now. So now let's write the test. The booking test at the rate before class. First, we need to set up the class. Right. First, we need to create the session in the Boyka framework. We need to create a session,
So
which is API session,
okay,
and you need to pass the config key
going to
over here,
interrupt you here
like
now
test
for a
underscore.
second.
So
Yes,
Yeah.
sure.
So the thing that we did before, when we had
This is the book.
that booking request
yeah,
which was
that
created,
booking
right?
request which was created,
So
right?
that is
Yes.
something
So that is something
which I would say is similar to something that you would
which I would say is
do
similar to something that you
in
would
rest assured. Like if
do
I were to do this in rest
in rest
assured,
assured. Like
what I
if
would
I were
do.
to do this in rest assured, what I do.
Hmm. So in rest assured, what happens every time you need to use given when then. If
Correct.
you miss it, it
Uh-huh.
sometimes gives some error because it is saving the state of the request, right?
Right.
So every new request, every time you need to do like given when then every time,
Uh-huh.
and also you need to give base path, base URI, all those things. So here all those things is not there. So base URI, base path, it is in the config. You don't need to give it every time.
Okay.
Here you just give the method path. If there is a path parent, you will give the path parent.
Uh-huh.
That's it. If
Okay.
there is a
So
body, you will give the body.
so
That's
here
it.
it's more I would say it's more object oriented. Like you're actually treating your
Yeah.
whole API as an object, and then you're trying to see how it
Yes.
would do its own responsibilities or jobs that it's
Yes.
supposed to do. Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yes.
really
Correct.
amazing. I
So
really like the
now,
way it is arranged, because then you get a sense of
hmm,
that API as an object, and then you can say, okay, now
yeah.
you are this object, and then you are going to do this, which makes much better
Yes.
sense, I think, than the usual API stuff that we do, right? Just call a method, just
Yes.
call this. Yeah, nice, nice. I like
Yeah.
this.
So let's first create a booking. Then we'll try to get it. Or let's get all the booking. Test get bookings. So let's get all the bookings. So where request request to booking request dot get bookings. Simple. Now we'll do the get. We'll get the response equals to with request. Okay. So this is a utility method where you will pass the dot execute. That's it. It will execute the request. Now we using the response, we'll verify the status code. Dot is equal to 200. That's it. This is your test. Okay. Now let's quickly execute this so I can show you how it looks like.
So this is all I have to do to
So
actually
first we
test
need to
that
enable
particular thing. That's all.
annotation processing. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, just
So
three
here
lines
you can see the
for an actual
request.
test. Oh, okay.
Yeah, see the response body. You can see the response body. Right? There are plenty of booking IDs are being there.
Correct.
So all these are there. Response headers, verifying status code. So you can see what is happening in this logs also. So that's this, quickest implementation of API, I would say.
Yeah,
Now
I
let's
mean,
create
if you were to do this in
a
rest
book.
assured or in some of your other framework, right? Then also you
Assured
have
or
to
in some of
create
your other
these
framework, right?
things,
Then
Pojo
also
and
you
all
have to
these things,
create
right?
these things, Pojo and all these things, right?
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
anyways creating it, but
So
you're doing it
let's
in a
create a
better
booking.
way.
Yeah, where request.
Better way.
Yeah. So here it is booking request dot create booking. Pass the booking where response equals to with request dot execute response dot verify status code dot is equal to 200. Simple. Now what we'll do, we'll validate. Now in this response, it is giving some response. It will give the booking ID. Okay. So now for the verification, we are using JSON path expression. So you verify response dot verify int field booking ID dot is uh, greater than 0. Okay, so you will validate that it is having a booking ID. Then we can validate the first name. What first name you have given? So response dot verify text field booking dot first name dot first name is equal to awesome. Okay, simple. Run the test.
So here we are actually
What
validating.
is the failure? Let's
Okay,
see.
sorry. So
So
here
here
we are actually validating
It
the
is getting
fields
okay.
from
418.
the
Here we are
response,
actually
right?
validating the fields from the response, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So here it is filling for 418. Now we need to give the content type. Yes, content type dot JSON. I think in the header also we need to give something there.
Okay.
Let's quickly check.
I think
The
that brings a
header.
question to the people who are
We need to give content type.
watching this.
Okay.
What is status code
It's a question
418,
to the people who are
right?
watching this. What is status code 418, right?
I am a teapot. You want to see? Let's see. I am a teapot. It is like a prank, API prank.
Yeah.
Okay, done. Now let's start again. Execute. Don't tell me it isn't okay. Why is it saying I'm a teapot? Booking. Okay, booking is correct. Accept. Okay. We need to pass accept. Here we need to pass accept. Let's see. Okay, passed. So all the validations are also passing. Now, if you want to see that actually it is validating or not, let's make it some changes. Let's make it 201, and let's see what happens. Okay, it failed, and this is the failure. Expected 201, but was 200. So this assertion message is also very neat compared to the other assertion tools. So internally for assertion, I'm using the Google Truth library, which is also a very cool library. It has more combinations which you can use. So now, if you want to save the value of any response body, then you can do like int id equals to response dot get response data. We'll pass booking ID,
Okay. Just a time check.
and
Okay.
then we need to give the class object
We just have
in which we
9.
want to cast
Okay.
like integrable
Just a
class.
time line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Just a time check. We have 9 minutes. So if you want to cover the data driven another part,
For
maybe
the
we
data
can
driven
cover
another
the
part,
data driven in the
maybe we
next
can
one.
cover the data driven in the next one.
Let's give the audience some exercise.
Yeah.
For data driven, you need to go through the documentations. I'll share the links of the project, the GitHub repository, as well as the documentation. So you
Yeah,
can
I
go
think
through
that
those,
that sounds good. I think that way,
and
when they come back for the
if you are
web
able
and
to
mobile
find the right.
automation, then it will be much better hands-on thing that they have, right? Yeah, cool. We can do
Yeah,
that.
let's do some interactive and hands-on thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's quickly print the value.
Then
Okay. See, 733. It is printing. Okay. So that's how we get the values and all those things. Like how much time did we took? 15 minutes for automating 3 APIs.
yeah, I think 15 minutes. I think yes, you're right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean, 15 minutes
So
is a time taken.
cool.
I mean, 15 minutes is a time taken to just understand the API, what it does, right? And in 15 minutes, you are already
So these
done.
are some.
What it does, right?
Yeah.
And in 15 minutes, you are already done.
Yes. So the effect Boyka Framework test in G sample is also there, where I have done more test cases. And in the framework itself, I have written the test cases for API, which are covering more different scenarios, along with the data driven also. So you can check out the examples in the framework. I'll show
Okay.
you where it is. So here you can check out this documentation website. So this is the documentation website. You can dig in detail, like what are the framework, how we can configure it, and there are some sample and some tutorials also. The documentation still there are plenty of scope for improvement. So all the classes which are there, I have
Uh huh.
more details about that. Like API
Uh huh.
action is having this with request, and then with, builders.
Okay. Okay. So this is where people can come in and
API
start
response. So
contributing.
this API.
Where people can come in and start contributing, right?
Yes, yes. There are plenty of scope for improvement. Even this is the GitHub repository
Uh huh.
we are having. You can open the code is inside the core Java, and the tests are also written here. The SRC test you can check out. This systematically arranged, so it is easy for everybody to understand. So RESTful Booker, here it is. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the data driven example. People
Mm-hmm.
can go and check it out, like using data provider with data. So this is an Excel file. Inside that there is a sheet which I want to get. So these are the rows, and then I just create a row and return it, because this data provider requires an object array. So we are just converting it into an object array and returning
Mm-hmm.
it. Like so, public can also share their feedbacks in the comments. We'll go through those. Any questions which we can take, Dinesh?
Yeah, I don't have any questions on the chat. So anyways, we will be meeting next time anyways. So
So,
I
anyways,
will
we will be meeting
we
next
will
time
get some
anyways.
more
So,
we'll get some more questions
I will
for them.
we will
And
get some more
then
Yes.
questions for them,
So
and
if
then
people want to go through the backlog, they can go through this Boyka Framework roadmap, which we have created a project. So
okay.
like what is the complete roadmap, which versions are running. So
Uh-huh.
this 0.23 is the upcoming version of Boyka Framework. And zero point 0.6 is the Boyka CLI
Okay.
version, which is currently in progress.
Uh-huh.
There are plenty of work we have. We
Mm-hmm.
have the tickets which are currently
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on, and the next milestones. What are the tickets which I have planned next, and the different ideas which are already there for planning, like SOAP API or implementation is there. SOAP API, GraphQL, desktop application.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm thinking of supporting Flutter application, desktop application for Mac and Windows. So all those things are planned.
Wow. That's like a
Plenty of things
full
are there.
blown project management that
Hmm.
you're doing there. Apart from what you work, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, working, yes, contributing to Boyka framework is like you getting a actual experience of working in a company.
Correct.
We are collaborating in a company, and
Correct.
it mimics a lot.
No, I think this is fantastic opportunity
Yes,
for
that's
anyone. I mean, it's not
I think
only
this
for
is
experienced
fantastic
people.
opportunity for
It's also
anyone.
for people who
I
are
mean, it's
beginners. They
not
want to
not
start
only
get
for
started.
experienced people.
it's also for people who are beginners. They want to get started. So in open source, you could always see like how people are coding.
So
how
this is
they're
the
learning.
sample
So in
repository
open source,
here.
you could
It
always
is-
see like how
yeah.
people are coding, how they're learning. Everything is there.
Yes. Yes. So we have our own organization in GitHub, Boyka Framework organization. In that there you can find the repositories like the actual code repository and the sample repository, and CLI repository is also there. So here you can go through the examples and see. I'll share the links and Gunesh will put it in the chats so that everybody can have a look.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think we are coming into the hour. We just got 3 minutes left.
Hope I'm. Yes.
Yeah, it was all well. It was all amazing, except the technical snafu which happened earlier. Well, but yeah, I mean, this is the first one that we are doing, right? The technical.
Yes, yes.
We'll
We
get
are all
better. This is
learning.
the first one that we are doing, right? So I think
Yes.
we'll get better. We'll get better. Yeah.
Yes.
Again,
Yeah,
thank
we'll
you
get better,
for
we'll get
everyone who has
Yeah.
been on
Again,
YouTube
thank you for
listening
everyone
patiently.
who has been on YouTube listening patiently.
And also, thank you, Wasiq, obviously, for taking the time out and then speaking to us and bringing Boyka to life, right? So that's how I should say.
To
it.
life, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I should say it.
I would like to hear the
Yeah.
feedback from the community also, like how they, what is their opinion about the framework.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is it making the life easier?
definitely do.
Yeah,
And
we'll definitely do. And
I will definitely ask people to get feedback and
I will
start
definitely ask
contributing,
people to get
basically.
feedback and start contributing, basically.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I think we can.
Okay, all right. So I
close for
think
now. But
we
people,
can
we are
close for
meeting
now.
again.
But people
next week with what, web automation and mobile automation. So stay tuned. Follow us on LinkedIn. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe so that you don't miss this again. And again, thank you so much, Wasiq, for doing this. And we'll meet again next Tuesday. All right. Thank you all. Thank you. Have a good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are.
good afternoon, wherever you are.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks.